Brett, it's almost time for our honeymoon. I'm really looking forward to seeing what kind of places we'll be going. We have to do our homework so that we can make the most of our time.
Yeah, I know.
So, I'd like to go shopping to prepare for the trip. How about this weekend?
I'm a little busy this weekend. I have to put together some documents for work.
I see. But I'd like to prepare together before the trip. I want to plan well so that we can enjoy the trip together.
Well, why don't you just take care of it? We'll figure it out somehow, won't we?
What? But I also want to make a detailed schedule. I want to decide where to go, what to do, and so on.
I'll leave it to you.
Well, but it's our honeymoon, so I'd like to decide together. Let's think about what kind of clothes we should bring.
You should just pick clothes at random.
No, we need to think about the weather and the destination, and we should prepare a variety of clothes according to the occasion. Since we're going on honeymoon, we should enjoy the fashion too.
Yeah, I get it. But I don't really care, so you can decide what you want to wear.
By the way, Brett, you seem a little down lately. Is something wrong?
No, nothing.
Really? I'm kind of worried. We're going on our honeymoon, but you don't seem to be in high spirits.
That's not true. I'm just a little busy with work.
Really? I'm really looking forward to it, and I want to enjoy the preparations with you.
I'm looking forward to it too.
I hope so. Well, can you think a little bit about what you want to do and where you want to go?
Yeah, I'll think about it.
Really? Lately, I feel like you don't respond well to me when I talk to you.
No, that's not true. I'm just really busy. Don't worry about it.
I understand. I'd appreciate it if you could make some time for me.
Yeah, I'll make an effort.
Thanks. Well, let's make a little time this weekend and go shopping together.
Okay, sure.
That's a relief. Okay, I'll make a list of what to buy for the weekend.
Yeah, please do.
I'm really looking forward to it. It's the honeymoon we've been waiting for, right?
Yeah, that's right. Oh, I've got an incoming call on my office phone, so I'll end this.
Huh? Come to think of it, you seem to be getting a lot of incoming calls at home lately. Are you in touch with someone?
Oh, it's just work stuff.
I see. Work is important, but don't forget to take care of yourself.
I know.
Are you sure you're not hiding anything?
No, I'm not hiding anything.
I just feel like you've been acting a little strange lately.
Don't worry about it.
Okay. Well, don't forget our weekend plans.
I know.
Thank you. I'm looking forward to it. Brett, are you okay? Are you feeling sick? You've been busy with work recently, so I wonder if you've gotten sick. I'm worried about you because you've been using the restroom for so long. It's already boarding time.
Oh, Amelia, sorry. I'll be out in 1 minute.
If we miss the flight, we'll be in trouble, so hurry up. Finally, it's the honeymoon we've been longing for. Hey, Brett. I knew it. You're not feeling well, are you? You've been running to the bathroom before we left. Maybe you've been too busy with work? Should I go get some medicine for you?
Oh, no. Yesterday was my first time flying in a long time and overseas. Maybe I'm just a little nervous.
Are you sure you're okay?
You've studied abroad before, and you can speak some foreign languages, so I'm sure you'll be fine. Compared to someone like you who has had a lot of experiences abroad, I can't help but feel nervous. I grew up as a genuine American boy, so please don't expect me to be at the same level as you. I was born and raised in the US, and going abroad is a big challenge for me. So I would appreciate it if you could understand that.
No, that's not what I meant. I just want us to enjoy since it's our honeymoon. And it was you who said you wanted to go abroad since I can do the translation. So I thought that you were looking forward to it too. Well, let's leave it at that. Let's put this aside and talk a little about where we're going next. So, how long will it take you this time?
Give me another 50 minutes. I have to call my parents.
What? 50 minutes? Will it take that long? I want to go to the sightseeing spot as soon as possible, and I want to proceed as planned.
I'll call my parents to let them know I arrived there safe and sound.
Brett?
I just remembered that Mom wanted to hear from me too. She's worried about me, so I want to make sure to contact her.
Is that so?
I'm sorry I was so careless, but I really don't want my mom to worry.
That's true.
I'll have to remember to call her. And look, my mom loves long phone calls, and I think it's going to be 50 minutes before she'll let me hang up.
Well, it's true. Once I start calling Melody, it's hard to get her to let me hang up.
Just think of it as a ritual to keep her from interrupting our honeymoon after this.
I understand. But do we really have to wait 50 minutes? It's our honeymoon, and I don't want to waste that much time. Well, I'll be at the hotel cafe. Call me as soon as you're done.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Brett, what's wrong? Did something happen? It's already been an hour and a half. You've been on the phone for over 50 minutes. I'm well aware of Melody's long phone calls, so I waited with more than 50 minutes to spare. I'm afraid it's going to ruin our plans for today's sightseeing tour, you know?
Oh, Amelia. Oh, shoot. I'm sorry. I completely forgot to call you.
Did something happen?
I think my mom got rushed to the emergency room.
What?
You're on your own for the honeymoon. Oh, Mom, please be safe.
No, you're gonna have to be a little more specific. You were on the phone with Melody, weren't you? How did this happen all of a sudden?
Huh? Oh, that's right. During the call, my mother suddenly started suffering, and I could hear her slamming on the other end of the phone for a while. I was waiting on the other end of the phone for a while, wondering what was going on. Then, I heard sirens in the distance that sounded like an ambulance.
An ambulance? What happened?
Then, my dad picked up the phone, even though he was in the middle of a call, and explained the situation to me. Mom was in a lot of pain, and he seemed surprised.
Oh, I didn't realize it was that bad. I was so surprised to hear that she was in such a serious condition. We have to go back to the US soon.
Oh, no, you don't have to come.
What?
It's a waste of honeymoon money, so just go ahead and enjoy all of your plans. I'll take good care of Mom, so don't worry.
No, that's impossible. There's no point in going on a honeymoon alone. We had planned this trip so that we could enjoy it together, and there's no way I can enjoy it under these circumstances.
I'm sorry. Actually, I've already arranged my flight home, and I'm about to board. I was worried about my mother and wanted to go home as soon as possible.
Huh? You've already made such preparations?
I'm so glad I got the ticket. So you enjoy your honeymoon.
Wait a minute. There's no honeymoon by myself. It was a trip for the two of us to spend time together, and you can't expect me to enjoy it alone.
You've been abroad for study, so you'll be fine on your own. You don't have to worry about me. You can have fun by yourself.
That's not the point. It's our honeymoon, so we should be together, right? Isn't it important that we spend time together?
Well, I'm going back to the US.
It's natural for you to worry about your mother, but forgetting about your wife and going back alone? Besides, I'm worried about her too.
I'm sorry, but I don't have time to listen to your complaints. I'm going to turn off my phone now. I don't have time to listen to your complaints when my mother is going through a hard time.
Hey, Brett. What are you thinking turning off your phone so suddenly and don't even discuss it? Brett! Amelia, I have a little surprise for you. You're going to be surprised for sure. I love surprises like this. Huh? Melody? I wonder where you are now. I'm at Singapore Changi International Airport. What? This is the airport you used, right? Oh, yes. Yes, it is. Uh-huh. I'm here too. Huh? I'm sorry for the suddenness. I've been chasing after you, thinking I'd join you on our honeymoon. Oh, okay. No, You seem more surprised than I thought. Is something wrong? Melody, I thought you were on the phone with Brett for the past hour and a half. Huh? I've been trying to refrain from long phone calls lately, since you pointed out to me that some people don't like a long phone call. I've become more careful. Oh, I see. My apologies. I mean, What's wrong? Well, I heard that during the call with Brett, you were taken away in an ambulance. What? What are you talking about? I was on a plane just now, and I just arrived in Singapore. Oh, is that so? That was a bit of a surprise. I'm sorry, but can you pick me up? Oh, don't worry. I've gotten myself a hotel. I won't disturb you on the most important night for newlyweds, so don't worry about it. There are a lot of things I want to clear up. Melody, Brett has returned home alone. What? Why? I didn't hear that he went back home so suddenly. Let me go back to what I said earlier. He said you collapsed on the phone and said you were rushed to the emergency room. What's that? I didn't hear anything. After you guys left for your honeymoon, I just got a text from him telling me of your arrival. I see. It seems that I'm not quite sure what's going on. What in the world is he doing? What is he doing back home alone at such an important time? Anyway, I'm going to pick you up now. Please let me talk to you about various things. I see. I guess we'll have to work things out. We need to have a thorough discussion and find out what is really going on.
Amelia, I'm sorry for all the trouble I've caused you. It was our honeymoon, and I'm sorry. I'll make it up to you. How is it going over there?
Oh, Brett.
You're enjoying your honeymoon after all, aren't you?
Yeah, I guess. You left me behind.
What? Are you still holding a grudge? It's an emergency situation.
So, how's Melody?
Oh, it was nothing serious. Some kind of anemia or something. She's already back home and she's doing fine.
Really?
It was nothing really. But she ruined our honeymoon, so I gave her a hard time about it. Mom's sitting next to me right now feeling sorry for herself.
You know, Melody is right in front of me.
What?
She doesn't have a twin, does she? Then who is it sitting next to you? It's funny, isn't it?
Wait. What do you mean my mother with you? That's impossible.
Yeah, well, that's usually the case. Melody came here to accompany us on our honeymoon.
What?
Of course, I explained to her that a honeymoon is usually a trip for a married couple, and parents are not supposed to accompany them. Then she got all misty-eyed and said, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry. But I love Melody, so it's totally fine."
What?
She's cute as ever.
Wait. What? I thought you and my mother don't get along.
Yes, we do.
What? But you've been complaining about her a lot.
I'm not complaining, it's just advice.
Advice?
Your father told me. Melody's family is quite wealthy, and she was raised to be a little spoiled. So sometimes she does things that are out of the ordinary. And there will be times when I will be surprised. So he wanted me to teach her some common sense from a woman's point of view.
I didn't know that.
Melody is aware of that too. Even if she does something wrong, she will listen to me and change her behavior.
Well, what do you mean? You and Mom are good friends?
Yes, we are. Very good friends. So, no more lies about Melody being rushed to the emergency room, okay?
Well...
Let's get down to business.
Business?
Where are you now?
What?
I checked with your father who is in the US, and it seems that you have not returned home at least. Where on earth are you and what are you doing?
Oh, no, I mean...
Never mind. I've already looked into it.
What?
You really went back to the US, didn't you? Who's with you now? She's 24 years old. You've been in a relationship since around 4 months ago.
What?
She asked you, which is more important, your wife or her? And you went on our honeymoon first. You took advantage of Melody's crisis, who you thought did not get along with me, and returned to the US as planned. You and she are currently enjoying your trip to Las Vegas. I guess you were making a phone call with her in the restroom while you were with me, right?
No way. Why?
Maybe you forgot that my parents' house is a detective agency. I used to work there as an investigator before I got married.
Ah.
Well, I was in Singapore during the investigation. I asked my father to use another investigator to look into the matter. Once we narrowed down the suspicious places to investigate from your area of activity, and as long as we could identify the cheating partner, it was easy to find out everything.
Seriously?
Well, I'm a professional. It was easy since you were posting pictures all over social networking sites.
Damn.
So, I'm home.
Huh?
I returned home a day early. Your father requested the locksmith, and he's coming first thing in the morning. After the locks are changed, you won't be able to enter the house anymore.
No way.
What the hell did you do? Are you really that stupid?
What? What are you talking about?
What am I talking about? I'm more stunned than sad. You got an intelligent and wonderful wife like Amelia, and this is what you did to her? You're really pathetic.
Oh, my mother. Don't worry. Jessica is also a very nice woman.
I prefer Amelia.
What?
If it's not Amelia, I don't like it.
Mom?
I have decided clearly now.
The $2 million in assets I inherited from my late parents, I'm going to give it all to Amelia. Wait. I'll ask my lawyer's office to draw up a will immediately. Oh, no, Mom. I promise Jessica and I will build a happy celebrity family with that $2 million. You are not my son anymore. I will not allow you to enter my house at all from now on. Oh, no. Amelia, I'm really sorry. I'm sorry. I never thought this would happen. Please forgive me.
It's too late, Brett. Your behavior should not be forgiven, and I don't even want to see you.
I'm really sorry. I'll stop cheating on you and everything. Just give me another chance.
I can no longer believe your words of remorse.
But you're all I have. Please believe in me one more time.
It's too late to say anything now.
Amelia, please. There's nothing left for me.
I don't need to hear you say that. Because of your affair, I was left behind on our honeymoon, remember?
So, for that, I sincerely apologize.
Our relationship is over.
How can you forgive me?
I can't forgive you. Do you have any idea how much your actions have hurt me?
I'm sorry.
There is no future for us anymore.
Oh no.
Don't get involved with me anymore.
Amelia.
After that, my in-laws backed me up fully and I proceeded with the divorce as soon as I returned to the US. I filed a claim for alimony against my ex-husband and the person with whom he had an affair through a lawyer. The amount was not large, but it was still a blow to both of them. My ex-husband asked his parents for help, but they cut ties with him. That must have been more painful for him than anything else. Furthermore, the company found out about the affair, and both of them had to voluntarily resign from their jobs. As soon as the money ran out, the relationship between the two quickly disappeared. I don't know what happened to Jessica after that. My ex-husband lost his job, his house, and his beloved family. He was unable to find a new job. I heard that he is in financial difficulties and is worried about how to make ends meet. He deserved it because he ruined the happiness he once had by his own hands. I have no way of knowing how he is feeling. I'm still trying to sort out my feelings, but I intend to start a new life from now on. Fortunately, my former in-laws care about me and take care of me. I hope I can recover from this with their support.
Felicity, where are you? The funeral's about to begin. If you don't hurry up and get here, then I'm gonna be completely humiliated. You can't just not show up. So stop whatever it is that you're doing right now and get to this funeral. Honestly, as my wife, you should know better than to do this to me.
About that. Sorry, but I'm not going to the funeral.
What? But you have to come. This is my dad's funeral. Your father-in-law. Can't just miss it. I demand you get here right now.
Well, actually, considering that none of your family actually like me and they all told me that they didn't want me to go to the funeral, I don't think I have to go at all.
They did what?
Yeah, I was talking to them yesterday and that's what they all said.
Well, I didn't hear anything. When did they say that to you anyway? I mean, I was with you and my family the entire time yesterday, and I don't remember them saying anything like that to you. To be honest, I think you're just making it all up. You just can't stand not being the center of attention, can you?
Well, first of all, that's not true at all, and you know it. Secondly, of course you wouldn't remember. You were already blackout drunk before the evening had even started. I'm surprised you can remember anything at all from that day. I mean, I'm pretty sure that by that point you had passed out on your mom's sofa and were fast asleep. You wouldn't remember anything your family said to me because you weren't even conscious when they did.
Well, that just supports me even more.
What? How?
Because you simply could have just made those accusations up, thinking that I would never know because I wasn't awake. You're just trying to alienate me from my family to have me all to yourself. And to think that you would act in such a callous and selfish way on the day of my father's funeral. Honestly, who do you think you are?
I'm not lying, and I'm not making anything up. Your family told me that they wish that I had never married you and that they didn't want me anywhere near your father's funeral. Your mom even told me that she can't wait for us to get divorced because she absolutely hates spending time with me. She couldn't stand the fact that your dad and I got along really well. She was jealous and told me that since Jerry was no longer around, I had no business going around to her house or spending any time with her and the rest of your family. She basically told me to get lost and never speak to anyone in your family again. So, that's what I'm doing. I left your mom's house early this morning before anyone else was up, so that I wouldn't have to interact with anyone. I've gone back home and I won't be attending your father's funeral, even though I would have loved to have said my goodbyes to the only man I have ever been able to call a father figure. God knows my own dad wasn't any good.
Yes, well, it seems as if it's your own fault that you won't be able to honor my dad in his final moments.
What? Have you not been listening to a word that I've said? It was your family who drove me out of the funeral.
I know that, but you must have done something to make them so mad that they would kick you out of the funeral. They wouldn't do that just on a whim, so you must have upset them somehow. Maybe if you apologize to them, then they'll let you visit them. Obviously, you won't be able to come to the funeral now as you won't make it in time, but you could always come to the wake. Just bring my brother, my sister, and my mom a gift to say you're sorry. Actually, you should probably grab me something as well, as compensation for making me look stupid to everyone else at the funeral. I mean, I look like a loser who can't get a wife because you're not here. You really owe me big time for stitching me up like this.
I'm not going to buy anyone anything. I've done nothing wrong. Your family are the ones who were cruel and unnecessarily mean to me, so they're the ones who should be apologizing. As for not coming to the funeral, I can't believe that you're so selfish that you're more bothered about how you look and how I've been made to feel so horrible.
Well, I can't mollycoddle you every time something hurts your feelings. I'd get nothing done all day. Besides, you have to admit that this is partly your fault.
How is this my fault?
Well, you were pretty close to my dad. It was like you were trying to monopolize his time whenever you went to visit. I mean, I get that your dad left you when you were 7 years old, but that doesn't mean you get to steal mine. That's probably why my family's annoyed with you.
I didn't monopolize anyone's time. No one was bothered about your dad whilst he was alive. Neither you, your siblings, or your mom cared about what he had to say, and you all often complained that he was boring and that he should be quiet because someone else was talking or you were watching the TV. The only reason any of you are bothered about how close I was to your dad is because he's dead. You all feel guilty that you hardly spent any time with him, and you want to blame me for your horrible behavior when he was alive.
That's not true. I love talking to my dad. I just couldn't do it that often because you were always taking up all of his attention.
Uh-huh, sure. And I'm guessing you don't care at all about his will and what he might have possibly left you? And that you're not worrying that because of your rude and disrespectful behavior, he might not have left you anything at all?
Oh, please, I'm his son. Of course he's left me something in his will. He wouldn't just leave his family with nothing. He did love us, you know.
Well, with how you treated him, I wouldn't be surprised if he thought that you and the rest of your family hated him. I'm pretty sure I'm the only one who ever took the time to talk to your dad and get to know him properly.
Don't act as if you knew my dad better than me. He raised me. I knew him much better than you ever could.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay then. What was his favorite meal?
Huh?
His favorite meal. What was it? Come on, it's not that hard of a question. Especially if you knew your dad as well as you say you did.
Well, that's just ridiculous. That's a stupid question. What would that even prove? I don't need to answer some stupid question to prove that I knew my dad.
Uh-huh. It was chicken stir-fry. He liked how healthy it was, how he could customize it with different vegetables and sauces, and even thought it was technically the same dish every time. It would taste different, making it exciting and fresh each time he had it.
You're just making that up.
I'm really not.
Yes, you are. You know I can't check if what you're saying is true, so you've probably made it all up just to make me look bad.
I really haven't. Also, I've just noticed the time. Have you been texting through your dad's funeral?
And it's not like anything interesting is happening. I've sung the hymns when I've had to and stuff. Besides, he's not going anywhere, is he?
Wow. And you say that you and the rest of your family wanted to spend more time with him.
Are you seriously judging me right now? Honestly, for a wife, you really don't tick off all of the good criteria, do you?
And what's that supposed to mean?
Well, for starters, you're supposed to listen to your husband and do whatever they tell you to, which you clearly don't do. You should also do all the cooking and cleaning.
Have we gone back to the 1950s all of a sudden? I mean, honestly, I'm not just someone that you can order around and have follow your every command and whim. We live in the 21st century, in case you haven't noticed. And thankfully, women have fought long and hard enough that they can have their own lives and opinions, and they can do whatever they want, regardless if a man says they should or shouldn't.
Ugh, don't go on at me with all that feminist rubbish. I really can't be bothered with it all.
Well, like it or not, I'm an independent woman and I won't be ordered around like a maid.
Whatever, I'm going now. The funeral is finally over, so I'm gonna go and get drunk with my family at the wake. Don't bother messaging me because I won't answer. In fact, I probably won't be home tonight, or if I am, it will be very early in the morning. So don't bother waiting up for me.
Fine, I won't.
Great. Now, goodbye. Whilst I'm gone, why not try and make yourself useful and do some housework or something?
Uh-huh. Whatever.
Ugh, Felicity. Oh, where are you? I need some water and some aspirin. Bring some to me.
Oh, Lawson, you're finally awake. With how drunk you were last night, I wasn't sure whether you'd be waking up before the afternoon today.
I really don't have time for your annoying sass today. Just bring me my drink and aspirin. I've got a horrible headache.
Yes, I thought that you'd be feeling a bit rough today. But sadly for you, I'm not in, so you'll have to grab your own drink and tablets.
What? Where are you? You should be here to do as I need you to.
I'm out. You're a big boy. You got yourself into that state, so you can get yourself out of it as well.
Why are you so heartless? Don't you care that your husband is in pain and needs help?
Well, like I said, I can't get you anything because I'm out. You can either get it yourself or you can wait until I get back, though I don't know when that will be.
Fine, so I'll get it myself. Seriously, Felicity?
What?
What do you mean, what? You were home all day yesterday and you couldn't even be bothered to do some cleaning? What kind of wife are you that you don't even tidy the house a little bit?
The house isn't that messy. I mean, sure, I didn't do a deep clean yesterday, but I think that's okay considering I was also in mourning for my father-in-law.
That's just an excuse. You didn't come yesterday and you can't even handle the dishes? What were you doing all this time?
I was looking into your mysterious girlfriend.
Huh?
Oh, didn't think I knew about that, did you?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Really? Well, Jessica will be disappointed that you've forgotten her so easily, especially considering that you've been seeing her for the last few months. She'll be truly heartbroken. But I suppose the best thing for me to do is to let her know that you don't know who she is and that you want nothing to do with her.
No, wait, don't tell her anything. How would you even tell her that anyway?
How? Well, I'm sitting right next to her. That's how.
What?
Oh, you definitely weren't expecting that, LOL.
What do you mean you're sitting next to her? How do you even know where she is?
She wasn't that difficult to find. I mean, you work with her, for God's sake. It wasn't exactly rocket science. Although, I will admit that it's quite curious how she had no clue about me. Almost like you never mentioned that you were married to her at all. Imagine her surprise when I walked up to her and introduced myself as your wife.
I can't believe you've done that. You've just ruined everything.
And what do you mean by that?
Well, it's pretty obvious, isn't it? I was going to collect the money from my dad's will and then divorce you so that I could spend the rest of my life with Jessica. She's better than you in every way. She's prettier, funnier, and she listens much better than you ever have.
She is also very smart.
Huh?
Well, since finding out that you were married, she's decided to cut you off completely and not have anything to do with you ever again. She said that if you are willing to lie to her about something like that, what else would you lie to her about? She wants to be in a relationship with someone who respects her and who will treat her right, not someone who will cheat on her the minute another woman comes along.
I would never do that.
You did to me.
That's different. You were boring and hard-headed, and to be honest, you've let yourself go quite a bit.
Excuse you, I have not let myself go.
You're bigger than when we first got together.
By, like, a few pounds.
Still.
Wow, I can't believe you.
How did you find out about Jessica anyway?
Well, the other day, when your family were so kindly telling me how they felt about me, your mom let it slip that she couldn't wait for you to divorce me and marry your new girlfriend. Thanks to that, I was able to go through all of your emails and old messages on your laptop and discover everything.
What? That was my private laptop. You shouldn't be snooping on it.
Oh well. Oh, and I've made a copy of all your infidelity so that I can show my lawyers. You'll be owing me a lot of money come our divorce. I'll make sure that I get the proper compensation I deserve for having to put up with your horrible attitude for the last 2 years of our marriage.
You can't do that.
Actually, I can.
Well, at least you won't be able to touch my inheritance. That's the law, you know. My inheritance is safe because it was given to me. And with you gone and my inheritance giving me a load of money, I'll be able to get any woman I want. I don't need either you or Jessica. Who wants a stuck-up cow anyway?
Ah, yes, that would be true. If you were given any inheritance, that is.
What are you on about?
Well, earlier today I had a meeting with the person who executed the will. They said that your father left pretty much everything to me, apart from a nominal amount for your mother so that she could look after herself.
What? You're lying.
I'm really not. Apparently your dad was so fed up with yours and your siblings' behavior towards him, and towards other people in general, that he thought none of you deserved anything from him. You all were always rude and sometimes cruel to him, that he didn't want to give you anything. I was the only one who was ever kind to him and actually bothered to listen to him and spend time with him. He said in his will that because of that, he wanted to make sure I was looked after when he was gone, and I was divorced from you. I guess he knew what you were doing and didn't agree with it.
You can't do this to me. I'll take you to court over this. Just you wait and see. You won't see a penny of that will. It belongs to me and my family.
Actually, it doesn't. Like it or not, the will is official and it has to be honored. Maybe now you'll try and change your horrible behavior to be a bit more kind and empathetic. Who knows? It might even make your life better for you.
Don't be so patronizing to me. I'm your husband, so legally I get half of everything you own, including money.
You won't be my husband for much longer. Besides, even if we have to split assets evenly, it's like you said, inheritance doesn't get taken into account. You won't get any of it.
But that's not fair. I don't deserve this. He was my dad.
Well then, maybe you should have been a better son towards him. Anyway, me and my new friend Jessica are going to go and enjoy a nice little spa day where we can share hilarious stories about you and laugh at how lucky we are to be rid of you. See you for the divorce. Oh, and don't bother trying to message me anymore. I'm blocking you. See ya.
No, get back here, Felicity. You can't just go like that. We need to talk this through. We can still make this work.
The only reason you want us to work is so you can have access to my money. I'm not stupid, and it's not going to work. I want nothing to do with you anymore. Have a nice life because I know I will. After that, I went ahead with the divorce, and before long, I was finally free of Lawson and his horrible family. Of course, when they all found out that they weren't left even a penny in the will, they were incredibly angry. But there was nothing that they could do, and by that point, I'd already moved to a completely new area to enjoy my newfound freedom. I really miss my father-in-law, but I am forever grateful to him for what he's done for me. I will always remember him for the amazing man he was.